Okay, so Rocco doesn't work out too well in the artisan thing with, you draw a combo piece and then you find the other combo piece with Rocco. So I'm going to try it here in Historic Brawl. I actually have no idea where he's bracketed. I don't even know the last time I've seen it. But we have the Val Trelisara Moon Dancer. I just call it a Moon Dancer. This combo. And then there's the Rosie with Scurry Oak combo. So if I draw one of those, this can get the other. But that's not really the main idea. There's also Paradox Engine One Ring with any sort of mana dork, mana rock nonsense to, draw your whole deck. And then there's Godo with Helm as another combo. So this deck is just a bunch of combos. But the main thing is I want to see truly how much I can actually ignore people. And not because the last commander made 5/3s with sacking lands, right? Fetch lands and stuff. This doesn't make any of that. So I just want to see how much, kind of like Zakama would, just ignore your opponent. Zakama does, I suppose, play sweepers, but we're not playing sweepers. I'm just going to mindlessly ramp and see what I cast and win with. That's kind of the idea. I have the weird land in here. I refuse to say Ugin, so I'm always going to say Ujin. Ujin's Labyrinth with all of this nonsense, even Meteor Golem, just to consistently have, the dream of getting our Ancient Tombs back. So, I want to play with Ancient Tomb again, so there you go. But yeah, there's probably room for sweepers. However, I really just want to cast ramp spells and just see what happens. Like, how ridiculous can your deck be? And none of that matters because you just played green cards. So, it's kind of like Jetmir. Oh, actually, no, it's not like Jetmir. I played mono green Jetmir before, and it still was very interested in winning the game with Jetmir, right? Like, you play this, and then you play green creatures, no red, no white, and eventually you're going to kill them. Mana Dorks are... They count for Jetmir's text box, right? So, mono green Jetmir was not quite just ignore you ramp. And then I think there was a mono green Golos, but that's a completely different beast entirely, especially at this point. I've played basically a mono green variant of a lot of multicolored green commanders, and you can never go wrong. In fact, if you play this a lot, that's just a thing a lot of people just do anyways. I mean, I complain about it all the time, so. But yeah, I want to see how ridiculous the non-green combo-centric nonsense splash draft mythic that you pulled and you couldn't pass it up kind of nonsense you could put in your deck and just get away with anything, really. We'll see. We could just get pummeled and not get anything into play that matters. Or just draw half of a combo every game. But who cares? We're green, we don't have to think. Yeah, Rafellos is kind of the new Azusa. That's true. There's actually a really fast combo here with the Val thing. Opponent, that is a mythic rare 1-drop, but it is not as good as Molt Tender. It's like Grist is just not as good as Molt Tender. That's my hot take. Yeah, they top deck better than me. It's alright. I deserve it. Alright, so let's play Rampant Growth. Anything goes, I guess that's fine. I will not mill myself. There's no reason to risk losing a combo piece. I won't struggle to get cards in the graveyard. Alright, so far it's been mono green from this side as well. So I can play this, and then if they don't kill it, I win. Next turn. So let's get a basic mountain. Play this. Play this. Put this into play. And pass. Alright, so they have to kill Val or the game is over. That's just Emrakul. Okay. Punch just straight up playing Emrakul. Neat. Opponent apparently has nothing. Also neat. So we name Elf. And then do this for 2. And if they don't stop it, I just win. I don't have to immediately go for it until my opponent makes a move with their mana. Like, we can just chill, right? Unless they do something, I don't have to do anything. Which means they're just fundamentally, if they ever pull the trigger on their answer to it, I could just pop in response and then just win. Oh, this is the 6 mana Ujin. This is not the 7 mana one. Wow. That's nuts. It's hard to pass this up. It's hard to pass this up. I'm going to keep this. This hand isn't amazing, but it's just so difficult to not do this. So, sorry, opponent. It's an uphill battle from here, as I'm sure you can imagine. Well, they didn't throw in the towel. I respect it. Let's do this, do that. Let's go find a Surveil land of an indeterminate color. This one? Overlord. Yeah, sure, why not? They can kill it, and then it left behind nonsense that I'm okay with it leaving behind. Oh, it also lets me crew the World Wagon. Wow, I'm gonna play 3 more lands next turn. It's just no stopping me, huh? I wonder what they keep with this. Well, whatever they found, they want it. So if I ever draw one of the combo pieces, I already have enough mana to just blitz all of it into play. It's just so ridiculous. Oh, look, we have more than twice the lands as their opponent. It's crazy. Literally more than twice. Although I don't have twice the mana, they do have pretty good mana here. They played my favorite land. I love this land. They do cast it. Alright. Do you kill... Oh, well, you have to, right? Yeah. You don't have a choice. I don't think there's a combo deck in, let's name anything random. I guess Elf. The crew is 4. Super annoying. I think I'm going to blow up the Ujin. I'm going to blow that up. I could blow up the key, but I don't want to do that. Okay, does that change anything? Not quite. If I cast this and they kill it, I don't have access to it, but this is colorless, and it can Helm spam Meteor Golem. I kind of like that. So we probably won't get a combo with Godo, but that's okay. They have to kill Godo with something, and I still have stuff in play my opponent would rather me not have in play. And they're still dying to the World Wagon. If I ever crew it on my turn, they can't kill it. Is that lethal? Let's see. Crew, swing, trade. No, not quite. Alright, it's lethal. Get wrecked. Cool. Yep. I just literally did nothing but ramp, and just the Helm combo needed to be dealt with. Otherwise, you know, I just win immediately, obviously, and then Helm leaves itself behind for this. Oh, it's another combo deck. I don't interact with graveyards. This is 4/4. Of course, it's 4/4. Yeah. Oh, can't keep that. Ooh. Alright, well, we set out to keep hands like this to see what happens, so I'm not going to mulligan it. I set out to do this. I don't have a 2 or a 3, so if this dies, I can't say I'm terribly upset with that. Wouldn't be ideal, but it is what it is. Well, it didn't die, and I drew a 3, so there you go. Probably should have played a mountain, who cares? Plains. What is this one? Why? Rakdos Signet. Neat. Alright, this is looking a lot like the last game we just played. Yeah, who needs to think about anything? You just do this. Alright, well, still it's a opponent. Couldn't handle the green? I thought it was a combo deck. Aren't you getting close? This is top decked, by the way. Oh, always have it. Mono green always has it. Alright, another combo deck. This one is a turn 4 or 5. I'm not sure. This might be too slow. We'll see. Boom, boom. No, I need another green. Okay, I have another green. So we have a plan. It just might not be fast enough. Opponent might just be faster than me. We'll see. Well, that's a card. Need that one. Yeah, don't answer the one drop, lose the game immediately. Yep, basically. I don't anticipate any sort of removal, but I don't know if that changes anything about casting this. I don't think it does. I think I still just cast it. Oh, this deck plays mana discard spells. That's right. Well, at least mine did. And probably a bunch of other people's. They drew, they looked at their hand, and then they didn't do anything. Interesting. Opponent, what? What? Oh, wait. How much you want to bet my opponent drew a combo piece? Oh, okay, rip. I was gonna say, maybe they just like top decked it and got upset or something. Mana rock ramp spell. It's the only thing this deck does, you know. Very one-dimensional. And then we play this. That. And I don't have it next turn, so I think I'm just a turn too slow. I can't make 10 permanents with Scute Swarm, so I just lose. There's like nothing I can do. Oh, okay, so they do not cast their commander. Okay. Very interesting. Very interesting. I have nothing to do this turn, so I'll just swing for 2. I don't think the game's about damage. I probably shouldn't swing anyways. I'm just going to pass. Reanimate does it. There's the herp derp dumbness. And perfect 1 minute reanimate? No. So pass. Well, that was a funny draw. Okay. Do this for 2. Do they've cut down Fatal Push? Red. Okay, they didn't do it. What is it? Dark Ritual? What is that card? What is going on over there? I'm just not going to make a move. There's no reason to make a move here. Alright. They didn't have it. Unbelievable. Okay. Get wrecked. Cool. Didn't expect to win that. Oh, yes. Sweet. Alright. Yeah, they had the 5-mana ramp. They had the 5-mana thing. So what my opponent did here, this is actually really interesting. They, well, they roped out turn 1. But other than that, they didn't go for it. Maybe they didn't have it. But I would say they probably did. They just didn't go for it because they didn't know my hand. And they don't want to get hosed by, you know, a removal spell or something. So, because I drew a removal spell, or actually, because my opponent waited a turn, they lost the game. But, moving on from that. Because I drew this, if they interact with the fetch land right here, I can get an untapped white source, and then I can cast swords. And then they just don't have the combo anymore. I could just get rid of it, and they could just never... They can reanimate this, but it doesn't have any counters on it. Without this. I could also simply swords Ulamog itself, but I don't think there's a reason to ever do that. It's probably always right to swords this, because if they ever just spam reanimate this, it's never doing anything, and they can't get this back when it's exiled. So, but it's a combo deck. It doesn't really. Well, I did not ever expect the mirror, ever. I would say our decks are probably very different. Okay, that's not a hand. This hand is very funny looking, but that's what we're here for. So, I'm looking for more mana, and we'll see from there. I would say with absolute certainty we're playing very different decks. Let's play you. I need red. Let's do that. Alright, I did find more mana, so next turn I can play Scurry Oak, and the turn after I can play the Rocco. I'm sorry, what? Huh? Alright. That's a card. I'm here for it. Let's get a gate. I'm gonna get a gate here. Just so... You know what? No. Let's not be weird. There's no reason to be weird. I don't believe I have any reason to take that. Do I play this land? I don't think I'm playing this land for the Lotus Cobra. And it also doesn't fundamentally matter if I play it, so I'm just not going to play it. I have no idea what the 1 is here, but I doubt it's a combo card. I'm going to manually stack my triggers for this. So, land, red, doesn't matter. 3. We do this. That's why I wanted to manually stack it. We get you. There we go. Okay. It looks like it didn't end up mattering. But I could have done something else. I don't know why you're upset. You're playing Rocco too. What is this? Flying? You know the red man is... Okay. I think I'm... Yeah, we're always naming elf here, yeah. Helps with the colors, obviously. So I can cast defense and then ask the question, what does the red deck do against defense if it plays a third creature? Other than doing that, I'm doing nothing. Yeah. Alright. Can they win with just these two in play is the question. Wow, my hand is great. My hand is amazing. Games are being decided before I'm ramping into these. Maybe I can take a few out. I don't want to, though. You can't make me. I mean, you literally can't play another creature. You have to kill me with what's in play here. I did not expect the One Ring, but because defense is in play, my opponent is going to turn into a mono-red control deck. Just how Magic works. Let's do this for 2. Yeah. I don't really know what to do with this. Ramp spell is funny. I could simply grab Val just to be a thing in play, and the off chance that I have another piece of a combo at some point. 1, 2, we have 5 mana. Yeah, we're just gonna do that. It doesn't feel too exciting, but it stops some damage in my face and can win at some point out of nowhere, and I'm not upset if it dies. I don't like my other options. Also, if they kill Val, they might think defense no longer has combo potential. That could be valuable. Alright, or not. Or they get wrecked. Which is probably the most likely thing. I don't really think they can win with just these two in play. That feels basically impossible, even if they drew like 10 cards. Boop. Was this? It's the Otter Row. Alright, so it's got all that nonsense in it that we don't like to play against. I'm gonna... Yeah, no, that's fine. We can grab that. That's fine. Oh, the old end-stepped opt. Oh, wait, no. Combat step opt. Alright, play Arcane Signet. This deck absolutely craves 2 and a 4. Do it. Do it. Oh, whatever. Lame. You're lame. Let's lead with this, I think. Actually, I would rather them counter this, so I'm going to lead with this. Oh, sweet. Might actually get countered. I like to see that. Oh. Alright, not quite what I meant, but sure. I guess that works too. Let's get you... It's tempo. It's not even tempo, it's just cycling remand, really. That's all they really did, yeah. To be fair. It's not an ideal draw. Let's get you. Alright, what's on the top? What's the damage? Nothing? Tragic. So, yeah, I'm going to hide the land in my hand. There's no reason to... I'm not worried about that. I am worried about not getting there, though. Alright, their shield's down for the turn cycle, but I can't punish it, so... So let's play you getting... anything? I have no idea. Ooh, I do have an idea. Mistakes have been made. Alright, my bad. Let's play this. Treasure token. Yeah, that was a mistake. I could have gotten Overlord there. I forgot. I had 5. Could have got Overlord. Not that bad. This is still fine, but that was obviously not the best idea. Overlord was better here. Other Ral. Okay. This is the one that wins with any extra turn spell, as is tradition. This is Lightning Bolt. Please be Lightning Bolt. Same thing. Okay, I'm basically lost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, hold on. This can come in untapped. Alright, I'm not necessarily lost anymore. I could probably use my opponent's turn to win the game. Let's trade off a token here. I would obviously like Rocco back in the command zone, so... Alright, can I win the game with my opponent's cards? Maybe. Let's cast Prismari Command. Treasure. Draw a discard. Because I want to jack up my opponent's hand. So, you draw, I make a treasure. I don't care how these are stacked. I'm going to turn that back on. Yeah, I don't care how those are stacked. You draw, I get a treasure. So discard you and you. Discard you and you. Discard you. You. Opponent controls? Okay. Kill this. And I kind of want to just have this cast. So I'm just going to cast it. And we don't play a land. Alright, I did the best I could. I did the best I could. I emptied the hand, so maybe nothing can happen. That's a very strange card. But it proliferates with your commanders, so it's kind of neat. So I can kill their commander with Emrakul, or I can swing at them twice. I think killing or trying to kill this is... Well, that was a really good draw. I have this for 5. Alright, let's go straight into combat. Yeah, I'm going to kill Ral. I'm not going to try to kill my opponent over 2 turns with this. It's just not worth it. Alright, then we do this for 5. Get you. This is also a 6-mana investment that dies again and again, so it's hard to cast it and keep it alive at the same time. It's actually really difficult to do that. They also cast these in the wrong order. Never mind, they did not cast them in the wrong order. They can't bounce spam Emrakul because me stealing turns will inevitably make you lose. Opponent realizes this. Like, you take a turn, then I take a turn, then you take a turn. Emrakul will make it so you can't realistically get away with anything. It's just gonna really mess you up too much. They also do not want Rocco to die again, so they should not swing. They should shuffle? They already brainstormed. There's probably a shuffle here. Does it tell you if it's a shuffle? Okay, well it didn't look like a shuffle. Yeah, you really don't want to swing. Okay, so I found a combo piece. Always killing that. Going face. And... that's fine. I might as well play this. Might as well. And just put the counter anywhere. Doesn't matter. Play this. I can play Helm too, I guess. Might as well. Could I have helmed pre-combat? Oh, maybe I could have. Yeah, didn't think of that. I could have probably done it pre-combat. Alright, they actually countered it. That's kind of weird. That's kind of weird. I feel like it's weird. Maybe it's not that weird. Is that weird? I don't know. I'm at 19 with the food token. Okay, so we're in here with this. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Get it up to 6, 7 at most, probably. Just eat this food so it stops holding. They would have died if I swung face, but again, I think there's just complete inevitability, and there's no reason to risk them untapping with their commander. I just simply kill it, and they can't really irk out advantage as the game goes, because they have to continuously recasting it. Continuously recast it, excuse me. Words are hard. Okay, so now it's probably over. I'm still going to go straight into combat first here. Let's go there, let's go there, let's go there. Wirewood Symbiote? I saw Wirewood Symbiote. Oh, I forgot this goes to 3. Yeah, it goes to 3, huh? Whoops. I could have used that to kill their commander instead. That's funny. Whoops. I do not... Oh, I do have a combo. I feel way more comfortable just blowing up the... this thing. I'm just going to do this. The game is basically over this turn anyways. I'm just going to cast that. Blowing up a land is perfectly reasonable. Time. Yep, they take 2 extra turns here. It's going to be difficult to swing at me, but this, I guess, lets you cast Ral and untap with it. Which is what the idea probably is here. No, I would have plussed this turn and minused next turn, is probably what I would have done. But you can technically minus twice in this way. Alright, they can't draw off of Ral. They can now draw off of Ral. They would just die, so... Ral is now gone, probably for the rest of the game. Alright, wrecked. Yep, I did play a little loose there. I know I can just try to push lethal, but as you can see, if they untap with Ral, suddenly there's just a bunch of gas and things happening, so it's kind of hard to go for lethal here. It's just risky to me. Oh, we have it! We did it! We have the Ancient Tomb. I didn't even, like, think about it. We have the Ancient Tomb here. I'm not capitalizing on it too much. Oh, I kind of am. It depends... It depends when this land is sacked for a surveil land, is how relevant this is. there's 2 avatar sets, and they're both like entire massive sets. So I mean, rip Lorwyn, I guess. I don't know how I'm gonna have anything for that one. Okay, we play this, we do the thing, and then we play this on green? No, we can play it on whatever we want. I guess green is fine. Our deck is kind of just that color. I have the other colors in my hand, I'm not worried about it. Like this. Alright, Ancient Tomb, are you fast enough? Against, what is this? Stuff. So far, it's just, we've played a game of Modern. Literally, it's just been Modern. Maybe not with the Cold Steel Heart, though. Explore, so I can play that. And then I can play 2 lands. Which doesn't leave me enough to... Okay. If I play this, and they can't kill it, we win. If it does die, the game isn't over. Because I still have Rocco, and I can do other stuff. Can I pick this up whenever I want? Okay, I can. Jet Collector. Okay, they go straight into the collecting of the jets. Looks like there is a removal spell, or there's something castable that wasn't castable before, so it's a 2-drop. They have to know when to respond, or they can just do it now to not get confused. I am tapped out. There's no white protection mana. Alright, my opponent knows exactly what's going on, unfortunately. So, let's get rid of this land here. So, search, tuck, that, and then find a combo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Think we're just going to grab a combo piece. The one that isn't obvious. I don't want to grab Scurry Oak. And yeah, we can now do this, right? I don't have to hold the land anymore. You got a one in the jump thing? Oh, I forgot about that. Shoot. I didn't think about that. Yeah, I have 3 jump-in tokens. We could have turned them into mythics, huh? Well, potentially, obviously. That would have been pretty neat. Completely forgot about that. Though, to be fair, I didn't know Vivi was getting banned anyways. It wasn't exactly on my radar. I don't know what they're contemplating. Sure. Alright, this wasn't on my radar. I've said that a few times this game. Forgot they could do that. I don't know why they had to think about it so much, though. It seems pretty obvious. Could have shuffled their graveyard if I knew what was going on. Was paying attention. Alright, no more lands, please. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, 1 land off from having a good thing to do with this. But I can't do nothing. I guess Witch Enchanter is a necessity here. Alright, the best artisan card in the game. Self combos. They're letting me kill Rocco, but I don't want them to have a creature die currently. They could just do that with Grist anyways, though. Might not matter. Grist is not exactly that scary of a card. But it's got stuff going on. They do it. Really? Without any mana? I don't like this at all. You're killing my commander? Okay. This is so... there you go. I was like, what are you doing? What are you actually doing over there? Alright, well now we're in a position where lands are fine, because I have this. I still would rather draw, like, anything else. I guess I'll take that. I should have tapped the colorless land, that was a mistake. Okay, so tap this for 2, draw, before I fetch. That's a good draw. That's a card, we like that card. Let's get... We could get a Seek land, actually. Just to have access to a non-land card at some point. I already played my land. I'm still cracking this, though. Not great. I can trade the beetle. I don't want to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So Ujin can be cast, and then if it's not dealt with, things get really bad. Chitinous Crawler Arden. Do I kill Grist here? I think the Xander's Wake is more annoying. Although this dying does mean it could be hard to... I mean, Ujin's gonna die anyways, so yeah, doesn't matter. Okay, maybe we have something real now. I did draw something actually good. I am going to 0. And the off chance that this actually... Like, I'm not gonna play around some crazy nonsense here. I'm just getting rid of this. Looks like the flashing 3/2. Is that what's going on? Nope, I don't know. So Grist can be cast, but they need something to kill Ujin with it, which I think is fairly easy. Swarm Yard. Oh. Alright, first they have it without the slightest bit of concern. This is just almost nothing I can ever do to get around that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If I pick that up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can't also cast it, so let's just do this. I value the land more than the random card that the Seek land can find. So yeah, I value that way more. If they make me discard Ulamog, it shuffles back in combo pieces, which is really funny. So, of these two, I think Ulamog is slightly better because it can't die to destroy effects. Is there an edict in the graveyard? No. Alright, what beginning of your upkeep. So that can reanimate the beetle, which is annoying. There's a lot of annoying things going on right now, but either way, I'm always casting this. I'm just going to kill Grist. I'm not convinced there's a good way to deal with Ulamog, so I'm just going to do this. Also, they have Swarm Yard, which regenerates insects, rats, spiders, and squirrels. They have an insect in play, so I can't swing through. This reanimates the Jet Collector again. Jet Collector's been nuts, actually. Jet Collector's been completely nuts this game. It's actually just really annoying. I don't understand the attack. I guess just damage. I assume this answers Ulamog, otherwise this is weird. That's a finality counter, right? Okay. I guess I have to kill the automaton before I would do anything else here. They sacked Grist, so they put it back to the command zone as well. Interesting. There's no blocking this, it's not attacking anything. Opponent, it's not attacking anything. It's not doing anything, just let it go. Opponent. What are you doing? No! No. It's not that funny, but it's just kind of funny. Oh, that's funny. Okay, alright. I'm gonna say with confidence it did not matter that they did that, but it is funny. Okay, they're done. Yeah, it's not swinging at you. It's not doing anything. You don't have to sack the... You don't have to block. Again, it doesn't actually matter. I don't believe this card is fundamentally doing anything for my opponent at this point. Like, if you have the One Ring, but you're just drawing cards and it's killing you and you're not drawing to anything, it's just not really that great. No one drop from the loot deck. Crazy. Gets rid of Roxanne as well. Interesting. I guess I could play Scute Swarm next turn. I guess. Okay, that makes life a little bit more... simple. Oh, this is a blue deck. This is a blue deck. Alright, I didn't have a counter spell. Interesting. Let's get it forced. So, crack, 3. Goto's interesting. I think we're just gonna crack this. The lands in my hand being tapped is like really annoying here. Yeah, I wish both were tapped. This is why I like absolutely detest tap lands in all instances. It's actually just like really brutal that it's tapped here. Alright, we're against the Teamer Mythic Rare pile. Amazing. All rare lands, too. 1, 2, 3. So the next land does make Scute Swarms. We can keep our opponent preoccupied with this card for probably a good while here. So. And in the intermediate, I can cast this. Which I could have done in the opposite order. No, then the landfall trigger would have been weird. Yeah, it would have been weird. Put a counter here. Tap lands in green are a blessing to the poor. Yep. Well, what about my Judge promo Gaia's Cradle. That's green, right? I think that's green. Okay, they played the other loot. Interesting. Double removal, as is tradition. No, we just take it, right? Unless they find specifically Lightning Bolt, we just win. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I win here. Unless my opponent has something crazy. Fairly good chance my opponent concedes to this, and if not, then we click a lot. But that's what we came here to do. That's fine. The only way out of this is River's Rebuke Cyclonic Rift. So I'll do it for like 50. I don't think there's anything else that could stop it. So 50 feels like enough. Also, I'm probably going to end up milling that Tireless Tracker with my bug. Thankfully, this is a fast combo. I don't have to do some weird stuff here. Although, they do have a Scute Swarm, which if it goes to 250, we obviously look kind of goofy. Alright, there we go. Your turn, opponent. I did 50. Okay, they can draw cards. This can bounce my Scurry Oak, which doesn't have any basis on them being dead. Yeah, I'm gonna mill the Tireless Tracker. They bounce Rocco. Why'd you bounce Rocco? 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, yeah. Itch meet it. That was the first game these tap lands have been annoying. Have been actively bad, I should say, to be more specific. That's a turn 1 Field of Ruin in a deck that does whatever that says. Let's do this on red. Alright, Tireless Tracker. Get in there. Draw some cards. World first. Not sure what I'm drawing towards, but surely there's something. Don't you frog. Don't you dare enchant this. Just blow up my land, and then try to swords it after, or something weird. Yes. We get a land this way. Probably get a plains. Yeah, we both just get a plains here? Okay. Oh, actually, I could have get a mountain, too. No, let's get a plains. My opponent's going to get one, I'm getting one. I guarantee you there's a swords here, though. Guarantee it. There's no other way you do this. Told you. Not the perfect answer. Okay, so draw. Not ideal. So I can find a... Wait, I don't even know how many 4s are actually in my deck. That's a Heliod's Pilgrim. That's nuts. What does it get? The Curse? Oh! Lotus Field. Opponent is deep. Opponent is deep. Deep in the trenches of something. Let's do that. This. Let's get a 5, I guess. Oh, I got the mountain too. That's funny. That was a really good 5. That was a really good. Although to be fair, so was Overlord. They're both about the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Show and tell. Let's think about this. Yeah, I have to do this. Alright. So they can... Overwhelming Splendor, which removes my Ulamog having text on it, but it's in play now. Let's cast... No, we gotta Seek here. Oh, I can't because of the land. I don't believe Rocco works either, so I guess I'll just cast it for the sake of it. For 4 or something. But I'm 90% certain this does not do anything. Yeah, alright. 90% certain that doesn't do anything. But it's in play as a 1/1 now. I think playing a land with Show and Tell was slightly better, but it doesn't matter because I'll never have time to cast this anyways. These don't tap for mana, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they don't. 1, 2, 3. So let's find... I'm not even sure what I find here. I don't know. Anything that does something? Cityscape and... Kami? No, I can't. Can't. You cannot channel Kami out of hand. So... Witch. Play Witch as a land. Okay, well, we're trying... Stuff is happening. Stuff is happening, I guess. Which is a way to get a land off of Tooth and Nail, which is quite valuable here. How do you stop Cityscape Leveler? That's the main question we have. Bruh, the curse stops the witch. I can't witch enchant or anything. That's why I couldn't Rocco. Bleh. Worry not. It happens literally to everybody, including myself, non-stop. I cannot, until this very game, mentally process that this shuts down a bunch of stuff randomly. Like, I can't channel with Kami. Yeah, I can't. No ETBs, so Witch doesn't do anything. These don't tap for mana. This doesn't have an ETB. Ooh, what does this do here? This doesn't do anything to draw, right? Yeah. I can't kill the One Ring, because One Ring is dumb. I think I'm going to blow up that Might Stone thing. Oh, I think I'll blow that up instead now, actually. Does this remove Summoning Sickness? Because if that's the case, then the game is just immediately over here. The token loot with Basking Brood Scale? Yep, that's true. It gives infinite colorless mana. It could maybe just be better than Scurry, but I don't want to run both. But it might be better than Scurry. They have a shuffle for this, which I can force. Oh, it looks like they're doing it for me. I think the game is over, though. I just exile this in prison and then Annihilator 4. Okay, yeah, they just don't have anything anyways, so... Let's do this the smart way, shall we? I did a good job at not playing the fetch... Oh yeah, fetch lands also don't work with the card in question. So 1, 2, stop trying to tap 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Stop trying to tap the thing so I can win the game, please. Boom. Yeah, alright. Get schmeated. I am so happy my opponent did what they just did, though. I have never, ever, ever seen anything like that before. Show and Tell into Splendor is crazy. That's crazy. Like, I never see either of these cards. Show and Tell is actually kind of interesting. I should think about that card more. That's actually really interesting. But Splendor is crazy. That's crazy. It's nowhere near good enough with Oh, but this is actually a good example of why I'm not playing it. There are a lot of answers to Splendor now that do not care about Splendor's text box. Unfortunately, because it's still one of my favorite cards. But yeah, so anyways, we exile the Signet and the Imprison, and then I swing with Annihilator. I ideally do the right thing. I have to manually stack this, but I want to blow this up with the Cityscape and then let Annihilator resolve. So I feel better about myself. Well, wait a minute. Are they dead? Oh, that's kind of boring if they're just dead. I didn't actually think about that. Are they just dead? Yeah, they're just dead. Okay, so I can exile the 1/2, the Imprison, and swing for lethal, and it doesn't matter what I do. Oh, they're just dead. Okay. I did draw a 3. That's ideal. I could have played Sprawl at the same time, honestly. It doesn't change a breakpoint, at least. Okay. Why not? Let's do green. Yeah, I could have died by Sephiroth 10 years ago. They just chose to not have that be the case for some reason. So, I don't have a combo card. I'm just casting this pre-combat, because it must be dealt with, in my opinion. Let's play this thing, treasure, and swing. Alright, well, you need a board wipe, or something soon that is equivalent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have Tooth and Nail, but it's not safe. Oh, a Hard Evidence Enjoyer? Oh my goodness. A Dovin? What? Okay, well there goes the Mossborn Hydra. This is pretty cool. I like what I'm seeing. Let's do this on Elf. And probably just win here. I don't know. I don't have a insta combo nonsense thing, but I do have degenerate nonsense I could put into play, so okay. Again, you should always make me show you the cards. Just make me show you the 2 cards, please. Please. So I'm gonna get probably summon Bahamut and Ulamog, because Ulamog's indestructible against a deck that has shown me this thing. I've never seen this art before. Oh, that's cool. So yeah, so I'm getting Ulamog, summon Bahamut. I'm probably gonna blow up the Search for Escanta to make it harder to find things, and also get mana and flip and whatnot. And none of that just... Yeah, there's too many things to deal with that a board wipe doesn't deal with on its own. They have to have a way to exile Ulamog. And the Bahamut takes care of this. Okay. Craterhoof was not lethal with 2 attackers. A Royal Grazer is interesting turn 1. I don't necessarily care this turn. Like, I'm not going into a 3 here. Oh, okay. I had the gate in play, not the mountain. Ah. Alright, then, yeah, rip. Okay, so... That... White... My opponent killed birds. We are very happy to see that. Always happy to see that. Love it. We actually got some map tokens, too. Oh, hey, they actually did something. Nice. Alright, that's a really, really feels bad get lost. But at least it didn't kill an arboreal grazer. But like I said, I didn't need the 3 mana the next turn. Still probably always right to play this, I just didn't. Alright, let's do this. Let's do Triumph. Let's do you. Should fetch first. So I can play Val. No, I'm gonna do this and see what is going on the top. Do I play Val? I don't see why I should. I don't see why I should, yeah. I don't know. I don't see a reason to. There's no reason to play Kami either. Tamiel's what? Logbook? What is going on over there? Okay, well, we're gonna play Rosie. Yeah. And then I'm gonna do stuff. This arboreal grazer looking pretty violent. Get ready to get in there. My opponent just played Immortal Sun. Wow. Can't say I've seen that one before. Alright, I can do this for 3, but because my opponent took a turn off to do some weird stuff, we're going to go this route instead. Royal Grazer's still getting in there. No, 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 no! Oh my... I didn't mean to do that. Oh, I needed that food token for the combo. I didn't mean to do that. I just clicked it so quickly. Well, I'm doing my best to not win. I'm putting in good effort. I'm putting in very good effort here to not win games of Magic the Gathering. Doing a very good job of it. My opponent has Planeswalkers in their Immortal Sun deck for some reason, so they don't work. Don't know if my opponent was aware of that. They just had Sculpting Steel enter as nothing. Are you alright, buddy? I mean, me and my opponent are apparently just all over the place together. I'm here for it, though. I'm here for it. I shall suffer with you, with ridiculousness. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Combo piece? Force out a sweeper? Yeah, we would have won if we got the food token. Actually, wait a minute. Hold on. Oh my... I messed up again. I messed up again. I messed up again. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. Okay, well, I'm gonna just casually blow this up. I'm not gonna say where I messed up there. I'm not gonna say that one out loud. I'll say it after the game. Me and my opponent are literally just frisbeeing this game back and forth. Ooh, alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is a, this is, alright, everything's fine. This game's gonna go down in history, huh? This game's going somewhere. This game's going somewhere. Oh man. Oh. I actually have a really, really old picture. I think about longer than that now, 8 or so years ago in Magic Arena. Someone played the Immortal Sun post sideboard in the best of three in standard. This is like early days of Magic Arena. There's only 2 formats, and they had 3 planeswalkers in play. Windmill slammed the Immortal Sun, and then they still won the game. And I'm sitting there just like, what? And they did all of that because I had Teferi in my deck from like I think game 1 or something. And they still won. They still won with the Immortal Sun with 3 planeswalkers in play. So I guess you could say it's not the dumbest idea here. I'm not calling my opponent dumb or anything, but it's not like they moused over this thinking they could use it. So they might reevaluate. But what I was supposed to do was a few different things. One, not eat the food token, because that's how I gain life for the combo. The Val combo, that is, with the Moon Dancer. And 2, I wasn't supposed to get Witch Enchanter, I was supposed to get Primeval Titan, so I could go then acquire Cavern of Souls, so that this is uncounterable, and then this would win. So I think that would be better than blowing up this. I should not have blown that up. I mean, if it's the only thing to do at that point, I should, but obviously I should have gotten Cavern of Souls, named Human, and then had that as an out there. Also, Human for this as well. If I ever find the Moon Dancer, I suppose that's valid. If they sweep the board, I can find Moon Dancer and then Cavern with Human on this. Works all the same, so it's just always right to do that. Alright, we were frisbeeing weird punts back and forth, but weird kind of punts. Not necessarily like one-to-one bad, awful things. But we both played very funny. Okay, I'm over it. I tried really hard to lose the last... Why does it keep doing the partner command thing? I tried really hard to lose the last few games, and... Oh, that's not true. I think one of them I tried to lose, and then the others, my opponents basically had, like, legacy vintage level things. Like, I saw a show and tell. Oh, no, we beat the show and tell. What was the thing we didn't beat? Thoughtseize Reanimate? Yeah, Thoughtseize Reanimate. Yeah, oh, the Tifa with the Mox Amber that it just blitz mulligans for, because it's the only card that matters in your 99. But they didn't mulligan for it. So yeah, we saw like legacy tier openers, timeless openers. But aside from those, without Mana Drain, it is quite notable to me how fundamentally different games are played, even from the Mana Drain player's perspective, not just you respecting it. Because it's hard to just respect it. You usually just cast your card if they have it, the game kind of ends. So it doesn't matter, it's just like a 2-minute door to nothingness. But from your opponent's perspective, they're gonna like mulligan differently because Mana Drain's not a thing they can just try to find every game. And like, there's people that have played 98 islands, 1 Mana Drain, and just try to find it and assume your opponent concedes when you cast it. Like, that's a thing you could do. Although, I mean, you might as well play the Crucius combo at that point. But without that card, everything feels different. It's kind of nice. Like, blue isn't just this thing you're just thinking about all the time, just having this card that's really dumb. Yeah, you know, like, Wash Away is fine. Wash Away is a fine card to me. Just Mana Drain is really stupid. So, that is really nice. I'll say Ancient Tomb... I miss Ancient Tomb, but I think it should have gone. What are the other ones? Can't even remember at this point. Chrome Mox, I was wishy-washy about. I can see it being a problem and whatnot. I mean, look at Vivi, look at Tifa. They just have another Mox that they have every game, so they can just win when they play it. Just leaving up mana with their commander, because you literally have to, or you essentially lose all your games. But anyways, for this deck, and what I was trying to do is wildly successful. I had a really crash and burn end there. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm just getting tired or something. That last game was, oof, man. Me and my opponent were both getting tired, I guess. But the mono green thing is so good, you can kind of do whatever you want around it. This is just another example of that. I would say the combos were achieved more than I thought they would be, but I suppose when the only thing you need to do is draw those cards naturally, and you only need one of them, You're going to have that happen more often than not. As you can see, I changed a lot of the top-end Eldrazi nonsense because it just made more sense to play more ramp kind of stuff. Uh, and actually, wait, was that all I'd really changed? Yeah, for the most part, it was just taking out the big ramp payoffs for more ramp spells. That way, Rocco could more consistently be cast 1, 2, 3, 4 times in a game. Green Sun Zenith should have been in there to start. I forgot it existed. You'll have to excuse me on that one. Ujin's Labyrinth is free enough to just play. It still at least taps for mana, so I don't feel bad about the amount of giant colorless cards I took out for it. The Paradox Engine, if taking it out meant that Settle the Wilds on 5 always hits a ramp spell, and I really like that. But you could probably do Paradox Engine as well, but it just didn't really pan out that much. So, that's right, the Mana Rocks came out because no Paradox Engine, One Ring nonsense. So I didn't like the Mana Rocks that much. You could just play better ramp spells because you're in the best color in the format, so you could just play those and not have them get hit by naturalized effects or whatever. But yeah, the combos are pretty good. I will say people were aware of what was going on more than I thought they would be. Rocco is not exactly the most played thing ever, but I did have a lot of people that knew what to do. So the gotcha scenario is not as prevalent as I would have liked it to have been, but that's fair, you know. I mean, that's going to happen if you see Rocco all the time. Yeah, the combos weren't surprising anybody. I think the Godo one was. I'll say that. The Godo's always going to surprise people. But the other ones, not so much. Maybe I would play less lands. Lightning bolts, swords, I don't believe were ever cast. I'm not sure if I once cast Lightning Bolt or Swords of Plowshares. I can't remember if I did. I don't think I did. I did cast Get Lost once. So, I mean, those could be more ramp spells. They could be more weird Seek Tutor nonsense things, which I'm not a big fan of. Overwhelming Splendor, I don't know if I said it in the intro, but there's so many answers to it now, it's hard to get away with that card, unfortunately. I mean, I love that card. It's just a lot of things don't care about it. Even like the One Ring makes it fall off. Cyclonic Rift, any bounce spell, River's Rebuke, Besage You, Archdruid's Charm even. No creature-based answer, no channel land, I guess. Yeah, the Besage You actually doesn't... You can't channel Besage You. You can't channel it when the curse is in play. But it's still beatable. Like, I beat an Overwhelming Splendor. Like, I beat one. And this deck is not full of naturalized effects or anything. So, not really something you can rely on. The tap lands never really did anything. Oh, excuse me. So, these never did anything, so these could just be basics or something. I just don't like them. They were the worst of the bunch. They're nice to have parked for the Val combo, because you can just seek whenever you want. But you do need the mana to do that, so if you cast this getting like one of these two pieces or something, you would have to have a ton of mana left to then seek. But this deck was geared to do that. I was ramping so quickly that whenever you actually draw one of the pieces, like a combo piece, you just you're just ready to go. Just boom. Because you have so much mana with a deck like this. It's actually kind of ridiculous. At least in the first half, I was exploding with mana so fast that it's just hard to keep up unless your opponent's also doing it. And removal just slows it. It slows the game down, but your opponent cast a removal spell instead of doing anything else. So they're not dealing with your, let's say, exploration, or more realistically, your Elvish Mystic, and also developing their game plan. They're just killing Elvish Mystic and passing, and then you can play a land, and then, sure, you're not playing a 3-drop turn 2, but your opponent isn't doing anything on their turn. on turn 1, let's say, or something like that, or turn 2. And then because of that, you're both kind of slowed down for a turn, if that makes any sense. Like, you play Delighted Halfling and pass, and they cast Cut Down instead of, say, I don't know, Esper Sentinel, or some one-drop creature, or Thought Seize, or something. They're like, oh, we gotta deal with Halfling. So we got a Swords of Plowshares it. And then turn 2, let's say you cast one. So you have 2 lands and a mana dork, you pass a turn, and your opponent casts a 2-mana spell to kill it, because they just didn't have a 1-mana spell. Like Get Lost. We did actually see someone cast a Get Lost on a Birds of Paradise. Your opponent just didn't do anything but cast Get Lost, just so you don't have this. So then you go to your turn again, now you play a land, and then you just cast Cultivate anyways, because, saying this turn 3 cycle or something. So it kind of neutrals out that your opponent simply draws their card, plays a land, deals with your thing, and passes. But none of that advances their board state. You've been set back on your advancement, but your opponent spent their entire turn to set you back and essentially equalize. And most of the time, it's mana efficient on your end that you had your 1-drop killed with a 2-mana card. Like, you're just up on mana spent efficiently in a game. And it's like a cascading, compounding effect the longer the game goes on, until, way late in the game, everyone's just floating mana left and right. So green has this like weird sleeper thing value where your opponent has to exhaust a turn in resources to effectively equalize and not advance. And that just is another reason green is gross in this format, right? Or just ramp in general, which, as we know, is mostly green. And that's just really nice to be the green player for. I didn't start the game with this card, and by the time I added it, I took out a bunch of Eldrazi. But instead of getting Scurry Oak, you can get this one, and it makes mana instead of lethal damage, because they don't have any power like the Scurry Oak squirrels do. So if you have Eldrazi out of your hand or something, you can just instantly cast it and win that way. So I guess the choice is nice, right? Like, oh, I have the Rosie in play, let me find the one that actually goes for a winning line. Like, oh, I want squirrels, or I want this. And I guess, to be fair, if I draw this or this, it's just twice as likely that the Rosie combo is just active, because I have 2 things I can just naturally find out of my deck or whatever, instead of just 1. But I don't know, the brood scale just for casting stuff is not super enticing to me. If I have any floating mana beyond Roccoing for that kind of combo with brood scale, it's kind of nice. Like, if I have 1 red source, then I do win with Gilgamesh or Godo, assuming it's in my hand or something. So there's kind of something there. I don't know. I'm not interested at all in picking up and bouncing and flickering this. Well, you can't flicker it, but picking it up over and over with, like, the elf bug thing. I don't know the name of it. Symbiote, Wildwood Symbiote, I think. And some other cards. It just doesn't matter to me. To me, it makes more sense to just ramp so that when it dies or something, you could just recast it. I don't really care to pick it up and put it back down over and over. If I was a mono-green elf ball deck, then probably there's something there, right? But here, not really. Even with the toolkit, toolbox, find your silver bullets for any given situation, you have a bunch of, just like Witch Enchanter, you got like all these tool things you can just tutor up for whatever scenario you need, kind of mid-range value type thing. I still wouldn't like to bounce this over and over. It just feels weird. Also, if this finds the bounce card to begin with, it didn't do anything the first time you cast it, and it would be kind of awkward to have it die before the ability resolved. Let's say you did it for 1, you got Wirewood Symbiote, and this died before the symbiote showed up. Then you can't do the thing, I guess. But I don't know. I don't think that's too great of a plan. This format is not super welcoming to that idea, it feels. But sometimes it is. I did actually see a very wide range of things today, which is nice. It wasn't all just, dark ritual, dark ritual whatevers. There's only one Thoughtseize Reanimate game, but yeah, I don't know. I like this. Is it as good as this? I don't know. The 5/3s are genuinely very valuable. Especially when you can just blitz them out really fast. This costing 5 is about the same as Rocco costing 5 or 6 or whatever for the tutor effects. Obviously, Rocco can win out of nowhere. This isn't necessarily going to win out of nowhere. Sometimes you can get someone good with the Zirin Orb, whatever the Sylvan Safekeeper thing, and make 25 tokens on the end step and win. But most of the time, that's not a realistic thing. But yeah, when it comes to just like, what is the best hardline green thing to do? They both have their strengths and weaknesses. I still would prefer to play this one, like, let's say, when I'm not streaming or something, just to blitz out wins for the day. I'd probably still play this. It's a lot easier to play this. Even though there's a lot of overlap, you're still doing the green thing, which is very easy to just play out. But the point is, this is just... The games that you play with this are quicker. You don't have to sit there and think about what Rocco's going to do. You don't have to think about the lands you're fetching for. This is just a lot easier to play overall. And they're doing very... No, see, that's the thing. They're not doing super similar things other than the green shell, right? So it's just weird to say that because there's a lot of overlap with the cards in these decks, as you can see. But I still think they do play kind of different enough that it's a bit hard to compare them to a one-to-one, like, oh, this one's just better at doing its thing than the other. I don't really know. They're both pretty successful. This one does have vulnerabilities in terms of having your combos disrupted, and then you're just relying on the big green ramp side of things, which is the majority of your deck anyways, to win the game. And that's perfectly fine, right? There's something to be said about having Craterhoof Behemoth for 11 mana come out of the command zone whenever you have a gummed up board state that involves, I guess, a bunch of mana dorks or whatever. Like, this is doing different things. Technically, you can get color screwed in this one. It is possible. But this is still fine. Like, I think if I had to really give a hardline answer, I still think this is slightly better. Or just quote-unquote more successful than Rocco is. But this is fun to play. I like what it's doing. This is not very heavily played whatsoever. Your opponents are not going to be 100% certain at all, really, what you're doing with this in the command zone. With the other Titania, it's pretty straightforward, right? The more Titania is played, the more one is to understand what Titania is doing. Rocco, it's like, all right, they might have some combos in there, and then the rest is completely up in the air. I have no idea what's going on. So there's an added benefit of that, and that is something. Information is, knowledge is power. So your opponent not knowing all your cards is pretty useful. Mono green, they're going to know about 80% of your deck right away. Seeing your commander is Titania, not here. No one's going to know you're playing Kodo in your Rocco deck. And that is very valuable. That is actually valuable. It's something maybe you don't normally think of, but the gray area of that. But yeah, both are fine. I would still recommend this over the other one just because it's easier to play, though. And the games are way faster with this, right? You just, oh, I didn't win, boom, next game. Oh, I won really fast with Elvish Mystic, next game. It's not always the case here. But fun. I like it. It's a cool deck. You can never get upset when you lose with your Rocco and they disrupt all your stuff, because that's what you signed up for. You probably could actually play Sylvan Safekeeper in this deck. I don't like protection spells just for, like, what is it? Mother of Runes, Skrelv, Safekeeper nonsense. I just don't like that in these kinds of decks. Those cards don't ramp you, and playing them turn 1 is kind of awkward sometimes. I'm also not really capitalizing on what they do until I'm going for a combo, and they don't make the combo uncounterable magically. So I just don't like protection spells. You can either just go for it, wait for a window that your opponent's tapped out. If you have the read that they don't have anything because priority is being slipped by really quickly, or, you know, there's just tells that might show up that tell you it's good to go for it. Or you could just not go for it and play the mono green thing and just cast this as a value engine and get like Overlord and or Primeval Titan and ramp into Big Dumb, and you don't need a combo, right? That's the other idea of it basically being mono green. But alright. Let me know what you thought about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.